Hey everyone, happy November and welcome to another updates video from Skritter HQ. Today I just want to talk to you about some of the things that we've been working on in Skritter applications and just a little recap of what's been happening kind of behind the scenes during October. Right now we're working on a patch update 3.5.2, which will be coming out very shortly. We're doing some beta testing right now and it'll go into production after that. So inside of the 3.5.2 patch, there's a couple notable things that are going to be some quality of life improvements. We've added a copy to Clipboard feature inside the app. So if you go into the info panel and you tap on any of the vocabulary items, or say the pronunciation of the vocabulary item, or the definition, or the mnemonic, or the example sentence, you're going to get a little toast inside the app. It's going to say, hey, you've copied this to your clipboard, and then you can quickly paste that inside of other applications if you want to look things up, or you want to maybe put them into Notion, one of our favorite kind of workspace optimization platforms. If you have an Apple phone, you can very quickly sync your information from your iPhone or your iPad over to your Mac. Super cool stuff. In addition, we've also added a new tap hold gesture to the Rawest Squigs setting. So if you're on an iPad and you're writing, that travel that you have to do from the canvas down to the check answer button every single time can get a little bit taxing and it kind of breaks the flow a little bit. So now moving forward, if you tap and hold on the screen, it will check your answer for you and it will submit it so that you can give it a grade and do a comparison against the actual strokes. In addition to that, we also have a new thing that's featured inside of the decks, specifically on the deck section level. So if you have learned items on Skritter from other decks, they're now going to show up as a open circle inside of a deck section. This is going to give you the ability to either restudy those items if you'd like to when you press the learn button, or we're going to give you the option to just say, I already know this, so let's just skip it entirely. And we're going to add a new deck ID to that vocabulary item so that when you're looking up the information for this item in the stats area, it'll show you all the vocabulary decks that this has come from. So the real big reason that we're doing this is because you technically can get yourself into a state where if you delete a deck that you've learned a bunch of items from, now those items are not learned because the app doesn't know where else you've learned this item from. So we're including this in here just so that you don't get yourself into any trouble. But the other really cool thing about this is if you want to, you can actually now go into a deck and you can relearn items that you've learned before. Maybe you've taken a break for a while or you're studying things in slightly new context, a new textbook, a new vocabulary list. And if you want to, you can actually go in and do that. So this is going to be something that shows up as a pop-up when you press the learn button for the first time inside of a deck. You can also go into the deck options menu and you can toggle this on or off if you want kind of ultimate control over what you're studying. So those are all going to be included. We've also added some just general bug fixes and improvements of things that you all have been reporting. Thank you very much. So that's going to be the large things that are coming into 3.5.2 patch update. Also, last month we did release the 3.5.0 release, which is the biggest thing inside of there. Two main things. One of them, we have a new Stylus mode, which is in beta. So if you have an iPad and an Apple Pencil, this is going to work a little bit better now. If you also have, say, an older iPhone, I have an iPhone 10, for example, and I can use a stylus pen and use some of that pressure sensitivity to get a little variation in my strokes. So if I use this with raw Squigs, I can really get some cool kind of calligraphy effects, very kind of artistic writing style. It's a lot of fun, so be sure to check that out if you have a device that supports this. Additionally, in 3.5.0, the big thing, the most exciting announcement in that was the in-app course. So now we have our animal idioms deck and it has 25 episodes, 3 to 5 minutes long, a bunch of vocabulary that we cover in there and all of these animal idioms. So we've got beautiful images that are hand-drawn by Iona and also the videos that Iona did. So Iona Lauscher, you can study with her. Very cool thing. If you're a content creator, this also means that we have deck section video support. So if you're working with us and you think that it would be really cool to have some of your content featured inside of Skritter, if you want to feature it inside of Skritter, get in touch with us. We'd be happy to work with you and we can really make some very, very, very cool content moving forward. So that's what's coming out. What we're working on this month behind the scenes is 3.6.0 for the mobile applications. And that is largely going to be a progress update for the app. So if you go on the progress screen right now, you notice this beta tag that's on there, and it's been on there for a long time. So now we are working to fix that. So we're gonna have new daily goals inside of the application that you can track and set. We're gonna be having, an extended study streak. So before, if you got beyond 30 days, we're kind of like, hey, great, you did your month. Now we're gonna start tracking that a lot more actively. We're also gonna be tracking your learning activities and your testing activities and making sure that those things get submitted to the server, trying to figure out a great way to also kind of track the time that you're spending doing those activities so that none of this gets lost kind of in the void if you were to uninstall your application, or say, you wanna show these results to your teacher if you're a student. So we're gonna be tracking all of this stuff in the 360 update. It's a huge update. We're working really hard on it. We're really excited about it. And we can't wait to bring this out to beta. So those are the primary updates for the month. Let us know again in the comments below if you like these kinds of updates videos, and we will keep on making them. So that's all we've got for now. Have a great November. Happy studies, everybody, and 下次再见. Peace.